Hey everybody, I'm CJ, and given that I run a pretty small and kind of invisible YouTube channel, I'm kind of surprised by how much attention that Tim Drake video got. It was just it caught me off guard, if nothing else, but I don't know. But rewatched it, and what I realized is I just sort of dashed it off, and I didn't really make all of the points that I wanted to make, so maybe I need to revisit that topic. So anyway, basically one of the things, or really the thing that sort of bugs me the most about this whole Tim Drake is suddenly bi thing is there truly was no indication at any point in his publishing history that Tim might go both ways. It was just it was never there. And this character's entire history is basically getting thrown out on its ear, basically for the sake of cheap publicity. There's really no other agenda to all that. It was just 5 minutes of attention, and then that's it. This character's entire 30 years, something like that, history, just totally jettisoned for a couple of retweets on Twitter, and that's it. And thing is, Tim was one of those characters. As a comic book fan, what I find is that most fans tend to adopt certain characters. There are certain characters that they relate to more than others, and that's pretty much what Tim was for me. And, yeah, Stephanie Brown and all that. I never really got into that relationship quite as much. For me, Tim were not exactly the ground floor, but for me, where one of Tim's starting points is, it all comes down to Ariana Gershenka, his girlfriend circa like 1995 or 96, something like that. Basically, Ariana was this Ukrainian skirt that Tim met in one of the Robin miniseries, and then, Robin met in one of the Robin miniseries, and then Tim started dating. And this was basically a girlfriend that Tim could have that didn't know his secret identity. And that was sort of the purpose of her character. She was there basically to make the whole dual identity thing with Tim that much harder to do. And turns out she really is a good character. And you read the first, 30 some odd issues of the Chuck Dixon, Tom Grummett, or I actually don't remember how long Tom Grummett stuck around, but Chuck Dixon for sure stuck around on that series for a pretty long time. Read the first 30 so issues, and she's a pretty major part of everything that's going on in Tim's personal life. And they go on dates, and Tim is frequently distracted. He's got other things on his mind. He's not giving Ariana the fullness of his attention. Or you know what? Sometimes it goes the other way, where Robin is out on assignment doing who the hell even knows what, and Robin is the one that can't concentrate on what he's doing because of goings on with Ariana. And the two sides of Tim are constantly clashing with one another, and Ariana was typically at the center of that. And it just makes for good drama in a comic book. And it's just that all of that got basically tossed out the window for a couple thousand retweets. And as to the Stephanie Brown thing, again, it's Stephanie Brown, not Stephen Brown. Tim is kind of a dick in some ways for having what at least seems like some kind of an implied commitment to Ariana. And then here in this issue, here he is, he's kissing Stephanie Brown full on the lips. Now, admittedly, she did just save his life, and there was always a little bit of romantic tension between the two of them, but Anyway, it's the kind of teenage or high school sort of bullshit that everybody got up to, but let's face it, it doesn't reflect well on most people, but I don't know, that's what high school is all about. And Tim's history with Stephanie obviously goes a lot deeper than anything Ariana and Tim ever got up to. But the point is, the two main love interests that he ever had, at least in my opinion, are Ariana and Stephanie Brown. And yeah, he pulled some wool elsewhere, but those are, at least for me, those are really Tim's two major love interests. And again, say it with me, all of that got thrown out on its ear for a few retweets. And that's it. And that's really my objection. I didn't make that super clear in my last video, so I at least wanted to throw it out here. There's a long and extensive history that went on with Stephanie Brown, and turns out Tim dumped her off panel so he could have a date with Bernard, whatever that character's name is. And it's just so out of character in terms of who Tim has always been in comics, and it's so out of character in terms of what Stephanie always meant. Well, not always, but for a long time, what Stephanie meant to him, that just to throw all that away for, like I say, for some retweets, it's disrespectful, it's disingenuous, and it's dishonest with the character's history. So anyway, just wanted to throw all that out there and maybe balance things out a little bit more. So, yep, that's that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed, comment, like, and share this video because it really helps me out. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Cole Loves Comics.